In the tunnel. In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to episode number 47.
Yep, it is finally time for the In the Tunnel mini feature that is A Night of Too Many Forgotten Stars, because we are here to raise awareness on those who we have forgotten, although if they were playing, we probably would not have forgotten. So this is the opposite of like Antonio Gates being extremely over, hyped.
Yep.
Despite his playing career dwindling down. This is those who maybe gave us everything that we ever asked of them as fans, and then we forgot about them instantly.
Yeah, so let's just kick it off. First, you want to kick it off? Or
Why don't you take the first one, because I'm a little slow.
First we have Luis Castillo, as you can, so he has...
Remember, audio too. We gotta cover, yeah.
Audio too, sorry about that. He's played for the Marlins, Twins, and Mets. I most remember him for his time on the Mets, but we'll get to that. He's a 3-time All-Star. He won the World Series, 3-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time stolen base leader for the NL. He had a 15-year career with some pretty good stats, and
some pretty fun times.
And this is why I'm gonna say I remember him all the time, because remember when he dropped the ball in 2009? As a Yankees fan, I remember it all the time.
Or also, do you remember, wasn't he the one who hurt himself walking down the dugout stairs?
Yeah.
Good times. How can you forget stuff like that? The fun times, if you will.
Yeah. So yeah, I very often remember him for dropping that ball.
Yeah, well, you gotta go back to the times that, brought you the most happiness, Sean. As a baseball fan, it probably doesn't take going back too long to find those times for you. And we all live in different eras.
Yup. Aside from that, he does have better career stats than I thought,
Well, I mean, when you're a steals guy, as he was, that doesn't strike me as the most power, and it definitely strikes me as more average. So I could see exactly where he falls in, but still stands out a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, as a mostly steals guy, I mean, 370 stolen bases in the career? His numbers are, even though they're average, they're fairly, better than I thought.
And then there's the 28 home runs for the career.
I mean, let's just not go there. That's like 2 home runs a season.
Yeah.
And this is why he's forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly why he's forgotten. Although, for what it's worth, looking at his, salaries between 96 and 2011, he never made anywhere near $10 million a year.
True.
Only made at his peak $6.25 million a year.
And no offense, but that's still quite quite good on money, except it's baseball and there is no salary cap. So
Well, but it was the Mets in those peak
Oh, yeah.
years, so
they have
it,
probably an internal salary cap somewhere.
yeah. Well, not for Bobby Bonilla, but all
Yeah.
right. And he played for the Marlins, Twins, and Mets.
Yep. All right. Anything else to say about this forgotten star aside from me remembering him a lot?
No, I think your ability to remember him speaks volumes to him. If only he was there to see it.
All right. Next, we have. Go ahead.
All right, hold on a second. All right, so this is a bad time to unveil the next one, considering he had a walk-off home run last night.
Yeah.
But it's Pablo Sandoval, the big panda, who started his career in ascension to superstardom, and boy, did that flame out quickly.
Oh yeah.
He was on those Giants teams that won the World Series every odd year or whatever it was. He's a 3-time World Series champ, a 2-time All-Star. He once hit for the cycle.
He
was the 2012 World Series MVP.
Yeah, that's big.
And he turned down the opportunity to still compete with the San Francisco Giants in their contending window to take a $95 million deal with the Boston Red Sox.
Do you know for how long that was?
I think it was 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, kind of lower than what the Red Sox have paid some guys, but
and also
at the same time,
let's not forget, as we were reminded last night, he still plays.
Yeah. He never got anywhere near finishing that contract with the Red Sox and was like DFA'd, but he ended up coming back to the Giants on like a minor league deal. I don't know if he's starting or on the bench, but yeah, he's still playing. So, kudos to him. Honestly, I thought that he was like long gone, but
even we learn things when doing content.
Spoiler alert.
Yep.
Good
All right.
times.
And next we have Prince Fielder. He's played with the Brewers, the Detroit Tigers, not the Lions, and the Rangers. 6-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger. He was the NL home run leader in 07.
Mm-hmm. And he also brought an earthquake to Milwaukee because he hit that walk-off where the whole team surrounded home plate and they all fell down.
Literally just all toppled over.
One man strong enough to bring down all of Milwaukee. And then he left Milwaukee to bring them down a second time.
Yep. And let's not forget, he's still the son of a baseball player.
Yeah. As if that wasn't mentioned enough over his career, that his dad, Cecil Fielder, played for the Tigers, and how much that was overpublished.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Overly in the media.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his son plays there too. Congrats. How often is dad really going to care?
I know, right?
All right. And yeah, over his career, 319 home runs, over 1,000 RBIs, and a career 283 batting average.
Yep. All right, next one.
All right. And next we have Dave Parker. Dave Parker was a 7-time All-Star between the years of 77 and 1990. He won a World Series with both the Pirates and Athletics, although not the Reds. So even as Pete Rose gambled his money away for the Reds, hoping to win games, Dave Parker could not bring him a championship. He's a 3-time Gold Glove winner, a 3-time Silver Slugger, a 2-time NL batting champion. And there's no joke I really have here because, one, if you're watching the video of this, the picture is of him smoking a cigarette in the dugout. So, I mean,
those were times, though.
Yeah, but, create your own story based off that. And, like I said, 7-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champion, 3-time Gold Glover, Silver Slugger, and batting champion. This guy, not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising.
That's a pretty high profile to not be in the Hall, but,
and
it's a league run by Gary Bettman.
Oh, boy. Let's also not forget he played for the Brewers, Blue Jays, and
Angels.
And,
yes, the California Angels. I had to make sure I got the correct logo in there.
Right. So after winning, or I think he was on pretty successful teams with the top 3, although only winning the World Series with 2 of them.
Yeah, not bad, but he had some good individual success too that kind of went unnoticed.
Being a 7-time All-Star all the way from 77 to 90 means his career is pretty long, and he was still really good throughout those years. Even if you have some dips, it's you're still bringing it back up there to that type of level.
Yeah, quite a window of your peak.
Yeah. All right. So, I do think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I think his stats and his achievements speak for themselves.
I don't know if he's eligible for the Hall of Fame anymore.
Yeah, I know. They only have a certain eligibility period, but I really do think he probably should have been in during his.
Oops. Oh well.
All right, next we have Johan Santana. This guy played for the Twins and the Mets. He's a 4-time All-Star, 2-time AL Cy Young winner. Both with the Twins, but he is also the only AL team he's played for. He won the pitching Triple Crown in 2006, which is won the Gold Glove. And his career he's almost 140 for 78 with a 3.2 ERA and just 12 shy of 2,000 strikeouts.
Yep. Absolutely. Went from the Twins to the Mets, and his career was really good for a while, then it hit train wreck status.
Yeah, but the Mets do that to people.
Did you mention the fun fact?
No.
I'll go for it, Sean.
And notable achievement, pitched a no-hitter in front of John Stewart.
Yep.
Now, how many people can say that?
I guess the people who barely go to Mets games anymore. So
yeah.
For what it's worth, I guess the Daily Show back then was, not taping that night.
Yeah. I think it's pretty impressive. He had almost 2K strikeouts in his career, and his ERA is pretty low for a career.
Yeah, that's true. I think it definitely was something way different towards the end. So.
Yeah.
So imagine what it could have been if it wasn't,
if that didn't, his
if that didn't happen. Let's see. Yeah, 2012. He didn't play a lot, but his ERA was 4.85 then, and he didn't play all of 2011.
Wasn't he hurt? For
I would assume that's why he wouldn't have played in all of 2011.
Right. All right.
All right, ready to switch over to the basketball side of things. We structured this 5 per sport: NHL, NBA, MLB, NFL, not in that specific order.
Yep. So first, basketball one.
All right, so we have 6-time All-Star Jermaine O'Neal, who was an All-Star in every year between 2002 and 2007. Notably, he played with Reggie Miller on the back end of his career, so that must have been cool. He was only really good with the Pacers, despite the fact that he was, basically a flyer on every other team between the Blazers, Raptors, Heat, Celtics, Suns, and Warriors. But I'm, I guess kudos to him for landing contracts. So yeah, those were the 6 other teams he played for. A career 13.2 points per game isn't really notable. 7.2 rebounds per game, also not very notable. But 1.8 blocks per game is pretty above average. So, I mean, he found his worth as a borderline center. And speaking of finding his worth, imagine being the fan who was punched in the face, or I don't know if it was in the face, but punched by him at the Malice in the Palace, the famous game where Ron Artest went into the stands.
Yep, so there was his 15-game suspension.
Yep. Cost him a pretty penny, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I don't know, but I have a feeling like basketball players move around a lot, so this really stressed our graphic.
It did, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, because I mean, starting on the Trails Blazers, going all the way to Pacers, Raptors, Heat, Celtics, Suns, and Warriors. Like that's
I think he was also one of those guys who didn't go to college in that era where high school was good.
Okay.
You could go high school to NBA, so you could kind of not put it all together at first and still have a shot in the NBA. You were young enough to. Okay. Whereas now, I don't think they really give you that chance.
Yeah, and I mean, our earliest I've seen is like 1 year, like one college year, right? Or maybe somebody's taking a break and gone.
They changed that before Dwight Howard came into the league.
Yep.
I'm sorry, after Dwight Howard came into the league. I think he was one of the last high school to pro.
Okay. All
right.
Next we have, dude, I can't.
Do you know? Yeah, I'll take this one. I was about to say, do you know how to pronounce it? It's easier than you think. It's Peja Stojakovic.
Okay.
Would you have guessed that?
Yeah, I mean, the last name, sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the last name is not the easier of the two, but anyway. Yeah, he was a 3-time All-Star between the years of 02, 03, and 04. A 2011 NBA champion with the Mavs, I think, in his final year. He didn't win a ring with that, amazing Sacramento Kings team that always lost to the Lakers. That consisted of Mike Bibby, Chris Webber, and Vlade Divac. But he did win 2 3-point contests, defended his title after 02 and, got it again in 03. Apparently he played on the Pacers, which I never remember. And finally, the most amazing stat of maybe any athlete tonight, the 1994 Yugoslavian basketball MVP, for whatever that's worth. I guess, I mean,
it has to be worth something. He was given
it does, but at the same time, there's guys who play in the Euro leagues who come over to the NBA with a lot less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. I really like winning 2 3-point contests, so I don't know. I think it's whatever. And as for his name, I think Stojakovic is a lot easier because I just want to hard pronounce that J in his first name.
Well, it turns out you just don't.
Yeah.
J and Y are the same thing. Mm-hmm. Stojakovic.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if you can get this next one, though. I have faith on you on this next one.
Come on, man. All right, well, we're just going to go into the next one, who's Rasheed Wallace. Like, come on.
Thank God he got that one right.
4-time All-Star, NBA champion when he played for the Pistons. Currently coaching high school basketball. His career stats are 14.4 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks per game, both.
Also he's a high school basketball coach in North Carolina. So Sean, road trip, let's go.
I mean, it's a road trip for me. Is it really a road trip for you?
It's not in Wilmington.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
still a few hours away.
okay. And he's pretty notable for getting technicals for smack talking.
Oh yeah. Well, I censored it a little bit so that we could,
Yeah.
not have
No,
to
no.
worry about explicits. But I guess trash talking is the better word.
Yeah, that's probably right.
This is what happens when you create your graphics in a car on your lunch hour.
Hey, whatever works, dude.
Yeah.
The other teams he played for, aside from the Pistons, are the Hawks, Blazers, Celtics, Knicks, and I don't know.
The pre-Wizards Bullets.
Oh, the Bullets. Okay, I was like, that looks like the Wizards, but I know it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not get bullets from two hands fighting over a ball?
Yeah, and if the ball don't lie really was true, he wouldn't have played for the Knicks.
Yeah, because he signed with the Knicks when he was absolute trash.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Alright.
Almost belly showing days. Like when Shaq was on the Celtics.
Yep.
And speaking of Celtics, we have another former Celtic. Not only Rashid, but Antoine Walker. A three-time NBA All-Star, 98, 02, and 03. An eventual champion with the Heat in 06. And NCAA champion with the Kentucky Wildcats in his college days. He played for the Celtics before their big three and was famously, gone before those days too. That big three formed in 08. He obviously won his championship with the Heat in 06. I do think that he, in his later years, did go back to the Celtics, but I don't know if that was still pre-big three or not. He was a 17.5 point per game player over his career with 7.7 rebounds and 3.5 assists, which is not bad for a stretch forward. And the funnest of fun facts for this guy, Kemba Walker just took his number as he signed with the Celtics. Kemba Walker is going to wear number 8. So fun time to be Antoine, because if you thought it was forgotten now, just wait till his jerseys really just become, throwback
Kemba
Kembas.
Walker. Restitch Kemba Walkers.
Not even restitched. It's the same name and number.
Oh yeah. Damn, dude. Holy, that's pretty bad.
Imagine the people 20 years ago who had the foresight to get a Kemba Walker jersey before he was even there.
Yeah.
You also played with the Mavericks, Hawks, and Timberwolves.
Yep.
All right, moving on to, I believe, our final NBA forgotten star. Well, at least until NBA 2K19 overhyped him and gave him a 99 overall card in my team this year.
Really?
Yeah, which, I mean, this guy played in the NBA for all of 6 seasons, Sean. and apparently, I mean, I'm not saying he's Brian Scalabrine and survives based off of legend and word of mouth alone, but 6 seasons is not. If Jordan played for 6 seasons, he wouldn't have given him a 99 overall.
Yeah, but you can also remember he did come out of retirement.
Yeah, for all of 5 games.
Yeah.
Brandon Roy came out of retirement for 5 games with the T-Wolves because his knees were so bad. He was like, I'm going to give him a shot because I took a year off. I think my knees were feeling better. He gave it 5 games and then he retired again. He was the 07 Rookie of the Year and a 3-time All-Star between 2008 and 2010. Averaged 18.8 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, and 4.7 assists per game. But again, you get some inflated numbers with a smaller sample size. So
yeah. But I mean,
right.
6 years does explain pretty well why he's forgotten.
Well, yeah. Yes.
All
sir.
right, and
absolutely, sir.
Next sport we have
lead us into the promised land.
Hockey. Also stretched us a bit with logos, huh?
Oh, you think that the first one did? Just wait till later.
Yep. So first hockey forgotten star we have is Mark Recchi. 7-time
Recchi.
All-Star, ranging from 91 to 2000.
Yes, apparently so forgotten that his name is actually Mark Recchi.
I thought you pronounced the H. I
No.
always pronounce the H. Yeah, forgotten. Anyway, yeah. So he won the Stanley Cup
I
three
could be.
times.
You know what? Let's find out because this is not the right time to only find it out now. But for entertainment value, let's see. Let's see if we can come up with this. Let's see if we can look it up. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one to find somehow. Let's see.
Anyway,
Let's see.
so won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, why don't
three
you get
times.
into that?
Won the Stanley Cup 3 times.
Yeah, Recchi.
Recchi. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I forgot how to pronounce your name. It's probably not the only thing I forgot about you.
About who?
Mark Recchi.
Attaboy.
Yeah. So he played for 11 more years after his last All-Star game in 2000. 12th all-time in scoring as of now with 1,533 points. He's already in the Pro Hockey Hall of Fame. He has a pretty long career and deserved it with 577 goals and 956 assists, which will split his 1,500 and some points.
Yep, that'll get you.
Played for already mentioned. Actually, I don't even know if I mentioned. He played for the Penguins, Flyers, Canadiens, Hurricanes, Thrashers, now known as the Winnipeg Jets. Not to be confused with the Winnipeg Jets, now known as the Arizona Coyotes. And
the Kovalchuks. That's what I call the Thrashers, is the Kovalchuks.
Alright, he played for the Lightning and ended his career in Boston. Anything you want to say about this guy?
Yeah. His name is Recchi. Alright. So next we move to Mats Sundin, an 8-time All-Star between the years of 96 and 02, and then if you throw in 04, an 08 winner of the Messier Leadership Award. He only made the NHL 3 Stars of the Week list twice. Both happened after his All-Star days were gone in the years of 07 and 08. He only, and this is a little sarcastic, but only 28% of his career goals came on the power play, which I feel like 28% of your goals for your career on the power play is relatively high.
Yeah, it's on the higher side.
He had a career 564 goals, 785 assists, and 1,349 points. And by far his highest achievement was he had the loyalty to stay with a bad Toronto team for 13.
Yeah.
Before he left for the Canucks.
Yeah.
And so the story ends.
I mean, I think he had a really good career.
I do too. And that's why he's here, Sean. I mean, we don't do this for fun. Actually we do, but
I'm pretty sure we only do this for fun.
Whoops.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised by that. When he made the 2 Stars of the Week, it was past his All-Star days. You'd think he'd get more during his All-Star days.
Well, that would be stupid of you to think that.
All right.
Not really, but
all right. So moving on, we have Marian Hossa, 5-time All-Star, with the most recent one being in 2012. 3-time Cup champion with the Blackhawks, most recently in 15. He has a career 525 goals, 609 assists for a total of 1,134 points. He lost in the 08 finals with the Penguins, then didn't resign went to Detroit and lost in the 09 finals with Detroit to the Penguins.
It's
And
because the real superstar was Pascal Dupuis in that trade.
he's retired, but the Coyotes are still paying.
I mean, yeah, if you're going to take on Phil Kessel, you only do so a year or so after you've taken on, the contract of Marian Hossa.
So,
that's how you build a team.
Aside from the Blackhawks, he's played for, and not including the current Coyotes, he played for the Thrashers, the Penguins, as we mentioned, and the Red Wings.
The Kovalchuks.
All right. Yeah, I got nothing more to say. He's pretty recently out of the league, well, comparatively. So.
Oh, and I think he also might have also played for the Senators based on this this playing card that I put in there. So let's find out what that's all about, because I think I tried to put a player card in for everybody on our graphics, and for some reason Marian Hossa was the only ones I could find were Ottawa ones. So
wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he played for the Senators. So I'll have to update that one.
Well, you heard it here first. Well, probably not, but
you heard it here first.
All right, next one. You want to take it away?
Yeah, sorry, I had to squash a gnat in my hands. All right, so 4-time All-Star Billy Guerin. A 4-time All-Star, as I said, between the years 01, 03, 04, and 07. A 2-time Stanley Cup champion, which brings us just a little closer together, Sean, and that one was with the Devils in 1995, the other with the Penguins in 09. Only one penalty shot for his career, and it was in 2007 versus Chicago, and he scored on that one because he may be forgotten, but he's also a star. He played for 8 teams over 18 years, stretching our graphics way, way too much. And had 429 goals, 427 assists, 856 career points. And for the love of God, if you're watching this, seriously, do you not see how many teams are next to this dude's name?
Yeah,
and his
I
picture?
mean,
it's wild.
You got the beginning and ending being the Devils and the Penguins, respectively, as he won the Cups with those teams. And in between, you have the Oilers, Bruins, Stars, Blues, Sharks, and Islanders. Whew.
That's a mouthful, Sean.
Yep. And I found it pretty surprising that he had more goals than assists. Even if it's just 2. Generally, even if you see a close goals to assists ratio, it's still like 40-60 unless you're like Alex Ovechkin or something.
Yeah, well, league was different back then, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, you still got a point for secondary assist, right? So.
True.
All right. And on to our last forgotten star for hockey. We have the great Tim Thomas. And we aren't talking about Tim Thomas, the former NBA player. So just putting that out there.
I mean, we would be, but he wasn't really a star.
He was this Tim Thomas was a 4-time All-Star from 2008 to 2012, skipping 2010. He won the 2011 Stanley Cup with the Bruins, 2-time Vezina Trophy winner in 2009 and 2011. Also won the Conn Smythe in 2011. And he didn't really crack the NHL until he was 28 and made his first All-Star appearance at 33. And I know goalies generally crack the NHL later, but this was still really late.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't crack it till his prime.
Yeah. And aside from the Bruins, he played for the Panthers and Stars.
Yeah, one of the few people who, I mean, not really, but kind of stretches, career past being able to play with the Panthers He managed like 8 games with the Stars, and then he was done.
Yep. All right. So you want to kick off football?
I would love to do nothing more. All right. So we start with a 4-time Pro Bowler, Edgerrin James, the running back of the still currently, but former player of the Indianapolis Colts, Arizona Cardinals, and for a lack of, time, the Seattle Seahawks. He was, as I said, a 4-time Pro Bowler, 1999, 2000, 2004, and 2005, which is a little bit weird to see a 4-year, window of not making it and then come back up for 2 straight years. He was the 99 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, 13th all-time with 12,246 rushing yards, 80 career touchdowns. He decided to leave the Colts before they won a ring, instead signing with the Cardinals, which, I mean, you definitely trade, playing with Peyton Manning for something lesser. All about the money, I guess. And he went to the University of Miami, or better known as the U, which to me means absolutely nothing.
Yep. All right. And I mean, I got nothing to say about this guy. So.
All right. Fine with me. Be that guy then.
Next we have Joe Horn. Also a 4-time Pro Bowler, but this time in 2000, 01, 02, and 04. Had 603 career receptions for 8,744 yards receiving. Just too shy of 60 touchdowns. And he's apparently big on the flip phone. If you're watching, you can see that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yet,
or even if you just remember the celebration that one time.
Yeah, yet he managed to rack up a $30K phone bill and was fined by the NFL.
Well, I created that with it being a joke, obviously, not a $30,000 actual phone bill, but his phone bill was the fact that the NFL fined him.
Yep. Yeah.
Using his phone cost him $30,000.
Yeah, and he was a 5th-round pick from, you take that pronunciation, dude.
I'm gonna guess it's Ottawamba.
We'll go with that.
We will go with that one.
96.
I mean, not even being a 7th-round pick, but anything higher out of a community college, he must have been good.
Yeah.
He must have been good. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, so next one.
Oh, did you also mention he played for the Chiefs and Falcons?
He did play for the Chiefs and Falcons, with the Saints being in the middle.
Word up. All right, next one up. We have, and I guess, coincidentally, so we get one of the dudes who I found out was from Wilmington, North Carolina. It's Alge Crumpler, whose real first name is actually Algernon. So, I mean, I haven't met another one of those down here. I guess more power to those who love the creativity of the naming process. Mm-hmm. A 4-time Pro Bowler in 03, 04, 05, and 06 with over 1,000 receptions for his career, totaling 15,280 yards. And like many other tight ends, at one point in his career, he played for the Patriots, which, that's like a grocery store list of, those who have said and done that. And I'm, still trying to figure out how a receiver stands out when Michael Vick was the QB while he was playing, because Vick wasn't throwing a ton in every game. So, yeah.
Yeah,
he played for the Falcons, Titans, and Patriots.
Yeah, but the 15K yards receiving for his career is pretty damn good.
Yeah, that is, if I didn't screw that one up.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
All right. You want to take this, or is it Flozell Adams?
Flozell, you got
Flozell
this.
Adams is our next Forgotten Star, a 5-time Pro Bowler from '03 to '08, skipping '05. Had 10 fumble recoveries in his career.
Which is interesting for an offensive lineman to have that many.
Yeah. Lifted up Tony Romo, as you can see if you're watching. Second round pick from Michigan State in '98. And he was on the Steelers, but do we really want to mention that?
Nope, because he was only on the Steelers to replace an offensive lineman who tore his ACL. And I vividly remember him getting flagged a lot in that 1 year on the Steelers. Although for him, it was the furthest he got. That was the only year he spent making it to a Super Bowl.
All right.
But he didn't win a Super Bowl there. And that's the one reason why we lost that Super Bowl. I'm blaming it on a former Cowboy.
Yeah. I mean, he literally spent the majority of his career on the Cowboys aside from that 1 year, right?
Yep. Everything but that 1 year.
All right. And you want to take away the last Forgotten Star?
The last Forgotten Star of our mini feature episode that took us a week to create the graphics for it because we have other things to do as well. You know, balance is key to life. And speaking of balance, we end with a punter, one of those people who perfected balance in their ability to kick a ball like it was a rock. We have Ray Guy, a 7-time Pro Bowler in 73, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1980. A 3-time Super Bowl champion with the Raiders who accumulated over 44,493 yards of punts. A first-round pick for a punter in 1973. He is the only punter in the Pro Football Hall of Fame currently, and he averaged 42.4 yards per punt, which is pretty cool. I mean, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, is he the only first-round punter? Or were other punters picked first also? Because at least in recent history, punters really just get signed.
Let's see.
Just like kickers, I feel you draft them really late or just sign them from like your training squad or whatever.
Well, we're gonna find out, Sean.
Aside from that, like
wait. All right, no, that's a kicker. That's Janikowski. My apologies. Let's see here. We're getting close. Trust me. Todd Sauerbrunn in 1995 was selected in the second round with the 56th overall pick. Let's see. There's more. Ron Stark was in 1982, second round, 34th overall. All right. Steve Little, first round, 15th overall in 1978.
Holy.
Ray Guy, as we have focused on. And that's all I see on the punt. So 3. At least 3.
Yeah, that's 2 more than I expected. To be fair, that's probably 3 more than I expected before going into this episode.
Well, that's because you're not a big punter guy, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Aside from that, that's a lot of accumulated punting yards. But then again, if you average 42...
When you rack them up, almost 43 at a time.
Yeah, if you average like 42, 10 punts is what, 424? So, that's a lot of punts.
Let's see. Yeah, 1,049 punts.
Damn. Alright, and...
based on the math, I don't know the actual number.
That concludes our mini feature for...
Yep.
Forgotten Stars, and I just want to throw this up here. If you're watching, if you're listening, you should have seen our new cover photo, but if you're watching and you saw the intro, want to know what you guys think.
Yep.
Yeah, and thanks for tuning into this. And probably go back to what we normally do next week. Probably focusing a little bit more on baseball because that's finally ramping up. What do you say?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's something we probably could have done a few months ago, but here we are now.
Now it's after the All-Star break. You can actually pay attention.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a good podcast always starts baseball season with the home run derby. As we did.
Yep. All right. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week, I hope.
Sure, why not? There's a next week somewhere.